Hi, this is Hannah from Candle. Today I'm going to take you through our literacy programme, Leap to Literacy. So this is Candle's reading and writing programme, which is designed to support the literacy development of students with communication and/or learning difficulties, but it does also work well for the general population of students. It's designed to be a follow-on programme after a student has done a phonics programme. So that might be Candle's Phonics for All, which is our accessible phonics program, or it might be another phonics program that they've done. So when a student's starting Leap to Literacy, we expect them to have mastered single letter recognition, digraph recognition, and some CVC word recognition to be able to do Leap to Literacy. Leap to Literacy can be used as part of a whole class session, or it can be used as a one-to-one individualised program for a student. It's not designed for students to be left alone to get on with. It is designed to be an interactive programme where a student is supported by an adult. So Leap to Literacy works on students' vocabulary skills, their reading skills, their thinking skills, their communication and their early writing skills. It doesn't specifically test spelling skills, although there are some aspects of this involved, but we would expect a student to be doing some separate spelling work alongside this. So Leap to Literacy is made up of sets of activities. Each set focuses on a different word pattern. So here we've got ick and ack. There are 4 units in a set and then an end of unit test. So these sets are designed to be used across a week. So you would do 1 unit each day and then finish the week with the end of unit test. Obviously, depending on the student's needs, they may need longer to do this, or they might need more repetition. So it may be, for example, that a student just works on 1 unit a week rather than 1 unit a day. So when you open Leap to Literacy up, this is what it looks like. Here you've got your tools section. When you go into tools, this is where you can save the work that a student's done and you can print it or save it to the documents. I'll show you this later on in the programme once we've got some work that can be saved. Here you've got your rest cell. When I press the rest cell, that means that all of the other cells on the page are unselectable. This is really, really good for when you're modelling or giving instructions to a student or having a conversation with them about the work and you don't want them selecting lots of things on the page or moving on to the next page, for example. I just have to press the rest cell again. You can see it changes colour and that means that things are able to be selected again. And up here we've got our speak cell. This just speaks whatever is in the chat writing area here. And then this is our Grid Explorer, which takes us back to the main page. So Leap to Literacy has taken some inspiration from Read Write Inc. with the idea that a student is exposed to all of the words that they are going to read in a story. So Leap to Literacy starts off by showing students all of the words that are going to be in the story. Then they read a story and then there are questions and activities about it. So this first section is all about the students finding the correct words. So you press the picture up here.
Which word says home?
And the student has to find that word. So
home.
It won't tell you whether you've got it right or wrong. That's all about the adult being there and providing that feedback. So it does exactly the same if I press home, which is the correct answer, or holiday, which is the incorrect answer. So that would be about the adult saying, well done, you're right, that word says home, home, or holiday. That starts with the same sound as home, but we're looking for home, something like that. It was all about the adult providing that feedback. So when you press the next button, a different picture appears.
Go.
And the student has to find that word.
Go.
And this repeats for all of the words. Just going to go through those. You're then taken to a vocabulary page which has a question about one of the words that the student's been reading. We've got a new cell here that's appeared which is called bookmark page. If you press this, that means that this page is bookmarked, so when you reopen this activity it will start on this page. So that's particularly useful if you're going to be doing a unit over a number of days and coming back to it, and you'll see these bookmarks at different points through the programme. So here we've got a vocabulary question. Have a talk with someone else. What do you think pack means? The students can either answer that using their usual communication device, or there are two keyboard options here. We've got a keyboard like this with predictive text, or we've got an easy access keyboard where the student has to go into each group of letters. There is also a help section here where it gives you multiple choice answers to answer the question. Some of the multiple choice answers are right, some are nearly right, some are a bit silly, to give them quite a wide variety of choices to choose from. So the student just needs to choose what they think the word pack means.
Pack means to fill a bag to travel.
And you can then have a conversation with them about whether they got the answer right, whether it's nearly right. Sometimes I use this as an opportunity to look up the word in a dictionary with a student if we're working on dictionary skills. So I might either use a physical dictionary or go to a dictionary available on Grid 3. Yeah, so that part is all about having a chat about vocabulary and checking the child's understanding. So we've then got the story. They're all short 4-line stories and they contain 15 words, and they contain the 15 words that the students have read at the start. So when you click on the line,
Nick is on holiday. He will go home today. He will pack his bag and fly back.
so there you've got the 4-line story, you've got pictures to accompany each line so students understand what it's about. So they're having a listen to the story, and then on the next page we want them to read the story silently. It's really important that students get that internal voice. That's something that AAC users struggle with particularly. So here, when I click on the cell, it highlights it, but it's not reading the words out loud. So the student's having a go at reading the story themselves. We've then got this button here where we can talk about the story. So here we're thinking about predictions and opinions on stories. So what did you think
What
of
did
the
you think of
story?
the story?
And the student offers their opinion about it, and
What do you think Mick will do next?
making a prediction about what you think the character will do next. And again, you've got the keyboard option, the easy access keyboard, or the multiple choice selection for the student to be able to answer that question, or they could use their usual AAC device if that's separate to what you're using Leap to Literacy on. These bits are really meant to be interactive and a conversation, so if there's more than one student or an adult and a student, they can also be offering their ideas of opinions and predictions. So it becomes a conversation and helps to build on those communication skills as well. So once we've read the story and we've talked about the story, we've then got some activities related to the story. So this is another question, another communication page. Have a talk with someone else. Why do you think Mick will pack his bag? And again, there's those different access options and a multiple choice selection as well. So I think it's important with these parts to reinforce to students that there's not a right or wrong answer. We're making a sensible guess related to what we already know about the story. So now we need to put the sentences from the story in the correct order. So obviously, if you've just read the story, it might be fresh in the student's mind. If you're coming back to this activity on another day, you will need to refresh their memories of the story. You might also want to have a low-tech version of the story that students can refer to with the sentences if they're going to struggle to hold that information. So here I'm just putting them in order. So my first sentence, I can go back and check if I want to. Mick is on holiday. So then I'm just clicking
Mick
on them
is on holiday.
and putting them in
Mick is
order.
on holiday.
And that repeats for all of the sentences in the story. Now we've got an opportunity to practice some writing skills. So the students are asked to have a go at writing each of the sentences.
Mick is on holiday. He will go home today. He will pack his bag and fly back.
So again, students can use the keyboard or the easy access keyboard or another writing method that they usually use. And they're just having a go at writing the sentences. As I said before, Leap to Literacy is not designed to specifically test their spelling skills. So you will see on the keyboard, you do get word prediction starting to appear here, which we would expect students to be using.
Mick
So I've got is
is
here,
on.
and actually holiday has appeared in the word prediction because it's a word I've been using frequently. If I started to write holiday, I could then
Holiday.
select it here. Mick is on holiday. So that's just all about students having a go at writing the sentences, and I would give them lots of praise for their attempt. So if we had for holiday, I would praise the student for having a really good go at it and then say, oh,
Day.
you've had a really good try there. I can see that you've got lots of the right sounds there for writing holiday. This is how I would write it.
Holiday.
Okay, so that's our writing the sentences page. Next, we're looking at rhyming words. Rhyming words are really important, and students with AAC, there's research into that they do learn well through rhyming words and those similar word endings. So we have involved some rhyme in our Leap to Literacy programme. So the students choosing the word that rhymes with Mick. And there's more than one word here, and they're going to choose
Pick. Flick.
the ones
Brick.
that they think.
Kick.
Okay, on our next page, we've got again some more rhyming words, this time with the word pack. So they're all words that have been in the story. Here, the student's finding more words that rhyme with those word endings, ick and ack, that end with those same endings. So if I write a word in easy in the keyboard, so if I wrote chick, then I go back, I press add word and put it where I want it, and the word will appear there. If I want to clear the word, I press this hyphen here and it will clear the word. So I'm going into the keyboard, I'm writing a word, back, then I'm pressing add word and I'm putting it into one of the cells. So this is a really nice shared activity. You might get other students in the class to come up with their ideas, other adults to come up with their ideas and add them all into the cells here. Here, the student has to choose their 2 favourite words and put them in these cells. It's the same process where I can spell them out on the keyboard and then add the word. If the student's using a different access method to type, then the supporting adult can type their answer in on the keyboard once they've been shown it on through a different method. So here the student's putting their 2 favourite words. I would expect these to be favourite words from the story or the rhyming words related to something that we've been doing in this activity, not just 2 completely random favourite words. And then here we've got another conversation, another communication page about the story. So this is a conversation with someone else.
Talk to someone else. Talk to them about the last time you went somewhere with a packed bag. Ask them about the last time they went somewhere with a packed bag.
So it's a conversation about something that's happened in the story. You might need to break that down for students. So you might ask them first to tell someone about the last time they went somewhere with a packed bag. They might need more scaffolding and prompting. They might need to be asked if they've been on holiday. Did they pack a bag? Where did they go? And then for them to ask a question to somebody else. So again, you've got the keyboard, the easy access keyboard, or you've got some communication pages here, which have words that students might want to use when they're joining in that conversation. And here they've got the option to ask some questions as well. I'm just going to show you that tools section. Now that we've done some work, we should be able to see that in our tools page. So I'm going to click on access saved work, and you can see here I've got the different pieces of writing that I've done for the different parts of
Home
the
holiday
activity.
go. Home holiday go. Pack means to fill a bag to travel.
So I'm just going to click on all of these, and you'll see that they'll build up here in this writing area.
Pack means to fill. What did you think of Mickey's on holiday? Holiday. Holiday pick flick brick kick.
And when I click back, they're now in this area. So that means that I can print them. If I click on the print button, I should be able to print that as a document, or, sorry, my printer's just having a moment. Or if I go onto documents here, I can save it as a new document and it will appear in my documents. So that's really good because when a student's working on this program, you can still have evidence of the work that they've been doing. Okay, and then our last bit, we've got finishing the sentences. So the first sentence is,
when I pack a bag, I might go.
And the student's got to finish the sentence. So again, there's no right or wrong answer here, but we would expect them to take some of the information they've learned during the activity to finish those sentences off. And then they have to have a go at writing their own sentences related to and using some of the words that they've been doing during the activity. And again, that uses that add word function. So I'd write my sentence in the keyboard. I'm going to do, I'm going on
holiday.
Holiday.
I'm going on holiday.
I'd go back, click on add word, and put the sentence in. And that is the end of the Leap to Literacy activity. And as I said, here there's a reminder that you can go to tools and you can print or save the work to be used as evidence. And then you can go back to Grid Explorer to go on to a different grid set. So yeah, that is Leap to Literacy.